Hi, this is Susan Blue Robot from SusanBlueRobot.com. I'm here today with another card making video. This one was a request after somebody seeing a card on my blog from SusanBlueRobot.com, and I thought I'd get to it and make the video since I haven't made a card making video for a while. So we're going to use Pop-Up Card Studio by Make the Cut, and here's the card in question. It's on my blog on the 25th of February 2014. Before I go any further, I've now moved all the videos, not from the top posting here, I've moved them to the side here, so here's where you'll be able to find them, the whole list. And I have added to the very top these two, version 1.1 and the latest help video that I've done. They will go back in order in time, but I'll add them to the top, and then after a few weeks I'll drop them down into order. So here's the card, and it's what puts me in mind of the old retro radios. So we'll get started on this. We've got a card of 5 inches by 5 inches. I like to work in inches, in even numbers. You can make the card and then make it any size you like. So this is the way I do it. There could be easier ways. I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm starting on a plane of 1. I'm going to bring it in a circle just to give me a guideline as to where I want the center of the radio. So say I just want that 2 inches. Oops, by 2 inches. If I had the lock access ratio on, I would have had that in one hit. Okay, so we've got that in the center. Now, as I said, this is the way I do it, and there's probably easier ways. But as I made the card back in February, I had to stop and remember what I had to do, and that's what delayed me making the lesson. So we go to Bezier tool, arch steps, mirror image, and so we'll leave it on 10 steps. Now I'm going to go from the center of that circle, and I'm going to bring it up to the center and click. So that's giving me it on the both sides because I've got the split mirror on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select those top two and do a weld. Don't select the main circle, because when I let it go, it selected all. When I went back to select tool, it selected all of them. So I'm going to do a copy of that, paste in place, flip, and we're going to take that down to, so it's just under the circle, put it back in the center. Don't join these together. Okay. Now, what we do is we're going to come out to 1.5, and we're going to build the front bit. So with the arch steps again, we're going to go from about a quarter of the way in. We come into about, I might take the steps down a bit. That's better. 7 steps, still with the split mirror on. I'm going to go into about there, click, and then we're going into about there. And this is where we take the steps up again, because we're going to go into the center. Right, and now we bring in a auto quad to fill in that spot there. And we're going to select all of them, and we're going to do a weld. Then I'm going to make sure that I've got a flat bottom, so I'm going to slice that with the cropping tool, take it just above the bottom plane. I'm going to make sure it's in the center and down to the bottom plane. Now I take it up be higher than the bottom plane to make sure that it's on the bottom plane. If you've got it below the bottom plane, it'll tell you it's on the bottom plane, but it's not. So you take it up and then drop it to the bottom plane. It's easier. Right, and I might just bring that up so it's taller. Okay, so now what we do is hold the D key down, go back and select this bottom one, and we're going to cut that. Then we're going to hold the D key down and select the front one, and we're going to go paste in place, select all by this button down here or Control A, and then I'm going to go Boolean join, which is Control U or this button down here. I don't want that one. I want the difference. And we go apply. So that's the start of the front of it. Now we have to zoom in, and I need to go back to this plane here. So I'll hold the D key down and go to there, and I need to fill in this section down below here. So I use the Bezier tool. Let's put it on a chop of 8/8 of an inch or above. And we go there. So don't select everything on this thing because we've got the circle there. Select that outer one and this one, and we do a weld, and then we drop it to the bottom by this one here. So, and I'm going to bring the transparency down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what we have here is we're going to do a print preview to make sure that this one is on the bottom here. Now this one's on the bottom here, but we don't have to worry about that because that didn't have to be on the bottom because we're going to be overriding them. So now what we do is we go to the planes, the bottom plane. So I'll bring that up and span it around. Right. So we need the Bezier tool. Auto quad. I'm going to put the split on for a while, except for the very two middle ones. So I'm going to go in, hold the control shift and roll your mouse down. And then the next one goes all the way to the back. So just pan around to the back. Right, then we go down to this one, and you just go down following these outer ones, go to the very back. And you continue, hold the control shift, alright, we'll try it 1/2 inch. And you continue down. Remembering that the inner ones are only going to the 1 inch mark and the outer ones are going all the way to the back of the card. When you get to this one, you turn off the split mirror, otherwise you get two which counteract each other. So go turn the split on, go to this side, and the good thing about it is this mirroring is making it a lot easier. And now we go up, holding the control shift till we get to here, and the same thing. And I do want to show one thing, is if you see this one here, why there's an extra bit down there is because this front one ends here. It doesn't go all the way to the back. So that is okay. But it's when you get ones, if I was to do one like this, and I probably won't be able to do it now because I've got the snapping on. If you have them between these ones and they shouldn't be there, just go back, remove, and put them back in. And I turn my snapping up so I can't get it to do it. This morning when I was practicing, I could get it to do it lots. And one more up before we turn the split off. Turn this off. And we put the last one in. And there we have the beginnings of our retro radio, or what I call a retro radio pop-up card. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a copy of that. I'm going to take this across to make the cut because I want to show you something. We're going to paste in place because this is bringing it across the perfect size. Then I'm going to do an inner shadow of inches, hang on, -3. Millimeters, sorry. And now I might do him. 4. That's better. Okay, so I'm first off going to take a copy of that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Holding the control shift and dragging a copy of that out. Now with this I'm going to do a join. Then I'm going to right click and go duplicate. Now I'm going to take this down and I'll show you till these ones overlap each other. and we go accept, apply, sorry. Now before we do anything else, I'm going to take a Control Shift and a copy of that. Then I'm going to weld these together to see if I like it. I do. So what I want to do is I want to center this over here like this in a spot. If I did a stack, this is what I get. This, I don't mind that either. Or, alright, I'll do a stack of them. I do S for stack, and then I do a Boolean join, and I want intersection. Go apply. Then we take this one, hold the shift key down, select that one and do a stack. And then we do a weld. And that's what we have. So now we're going to take this, we're going to copy this, take this across here, do a paste in place into the center. Into the center, take the snapping off or down. So we decide how big we want this, because it's not going to be that outer one that's going to be cut now, it's going to be the inner one. So we resize that to the size that we want it, and we bring it down. Then we do a layer. The reason we're doing a layer is we want all those little bits to remain together, but we want to get rid of this outer one. So we could cut that. And this outer one that we used for building, we could cut that. And then we go select all on that layer, and we do a join. So that's all there is to making this card. We put it down and we do a preview. And then we have our retro card. Now you can do this center view however you like. You can put wording in here, which I think at the time, I think somebody had done wording at the time. So, and that's all there is to it. So then you would just either cut to your machine. So you check that all the pieces have the score lines where the score line should be and the cut lines where the cut line should be. Then what you'd do is you'd either export to machine or export to SVG or PDF, whichever you need for your work. And you can also, as well, now you can also do the export SVG file, and that allows you to have the top bits for building color on it. So, and this is the other one that I worked on this morning, so it's the same thing, only it's just got the different front on it. So if I was to export this, I export the shapes. Don't want it on that one. Retro radio. Save. So obviously I haven't exported the and then if you go over to make the cart with a new project and you bring in the SVG, you made that on a plane of 5 by plane of 5.5.5. So when we bring in the shapes, like I'm going to turn this to white. Now if I bring in the shapes, I bring in the SVG shapes, and I'm going to put that on a plane of 0.5. Enter, by 0.5 enter, and then you have your card. So this could be a color, say green. Okay, this could be a color of, say, orange. You can take this piece here and hold the shift key down, take that piece and say we'll make this a color of, say, blue. And then of course you could take the other bits and make the color. So if you're doing a print and cut, this is how you'd print it out, and then you cut it out, get the machine to cut it out as normally, and then your pieces would be colored. But also, as well as that, you can also do this by clicking on this, go inner shadow of -1 millimeter, you go accept, and then do the same here as inner shadow of -1. We'll throw that bit away. Now we have this as your cut file to go in there for your backgrounds, as like I do my backgrounds on my cards. So I hope this helps, and if you have any inquiries, please don't hesitate to email me or leave me a message, and I'll try to answer them. Sorry it's been a bit longer than what I'd planned on getting this one out, but I had to work out exactly how I wanted to demo it. So this has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com. If you'd like to purchase Meet the Card or Pop-Up Card Studio, if you do so from links on my blog, it helps support my blog. Thanks for visiting, and bye for now.